Greetings, beloveds. This is Amy Karen Johnson, the Earth Channel, here with you with a message today from Mother Earth, Gaia. And she, I believe, is going to talk about the Earth in Gate 61, the Redwood Gate. So I'll take a few deep breaths and close my eyes. Feel free to join me if you would like. Hello, this is Gaia. If you are familiar with human design, you may know that the Earth is currently transiting through Gate 61. And that, according to the human design perspective, it always transits in the gate opposite of the sun. This is something other types of astrology do not usually look at or acknowledge or recognize. We have prompted Amy to associate the 61st gate with the Sequoia tree. The Sequoia, especially the giant Sequoia, is one of the, or if not the, tallest tree in the world. Conifer tree, an evergreen. There are not very many of them left, relatively speaking, among trees. This sequoia illustrates quite adeptly how much all trees, but especially this one, act in many ways like antennae, reaching up into the sky to receive all the waves around, bending as the wind blows, receiving pollen from other sequoias. But as the torus or toroidal field, which we love to remind you of as often as possible, illustrates, as it can be found around all human bodies, human hearts, planets, stars, and including trees. And as you may yourself notice and enjoy when you touch a tree or hug a tree, you can feel your aura expand in this shape of the toroidal field. So the trees send out messages as well, both through their branches, leaves, needles, and roots, connected by fungi, and carrying those messages up and down their trunks, similar to the way that we can do that also. Amy is channeling this message for us, translating it into words as best she can, through getting into a state of decreased brain waves. Getting into even just the alpha brainwave frequency can help all of you to receive messages from your higher selves and from higher intelligence. It can help you feel as though you are expanding your field. Expanding the range from which you can receive those messages. Much is said about raising one's vibration or frequency, and yet in this way, it is mirrored a bit from what you might expect. Because by lowering your brainwave frequency, you actually become more open to higher intelligence. We will mention briefly some of the things that help you to do that. Connecting with nature, connecting with us, the earth. Closing your eyes, breathing more slowly, breathing through your nose. Putting the tongue on your tongue on the roof of your mouth, with the tip just behind your front teeth. And the last one we will mention today is raising your eyes a bit to generally be aimed up behind your eyelids. Not so much that you are straining, but by doing so, you will notice a shift in your body's vibration. It will likely feel good. This is where you connect to your genius, your creative thinking. This is problems. For when you are in the beta brainwave frequency, when your eyes are open, it is much more conducive to action than it is to thinking. So, acting is not a bad thing, but it is best if you can go into this alpha state first to come up with an idea for action, a plan even perhaps. We thank you so much for joining us today. Namaste, beloveds. So I will just briefly mention that I would like to just give you all a little bit of another idea on how you might best use my book, Light Up Your Heart, which is out on paperback and Kindle right now. It will soon be out on Audible as well. I will be sure to make that announcement when it is ready. But basically, you can use this book as a reference. You don't have to read it cover to cover. It is very short, and it does have pictures in it. But it has the 8 gates of the heart center and a poem and a plant to go with each of those, similar to the way that Gaia connected gate 61 to the redwood tree. There are 8 other plants in this book. So you can run your chart at any free chart creator that you may know of or find. The one I usually mention is humandesignamerica.com/chart. It is listed in my book. I do not have any affiliation to that site. See what your chart looks like, and you may want to explore any gates in that diamond heart center that you do have defined, or ones that you don't, that are open or not colored in. And just see whichever one catches your fancy, basically. That's a great way to use this book. And I know that there are some very technical parts in here that might be a little hard to get through for some people, especially, I admit my audience was a bit more like people who had already known a little bit about human design or at least watched my videos. But I realized that there are a lot of people getting my book who don't know that much about human design. So there's a lot you can find out about it, but there's a lot you can enjoy in here without knowing anything about human design, especially those 8 gates and poems and plants. There's also a great grounding meditation for you. You don't have to know anything about human design for that. I do talk about my synthesis of Vedic astrology with human design, which I think is really cool, but that's the technical part I'm talking about that you can scan through, and if it's just not quite resonating with you right now, feel free to skip it. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that. I also want to mention, well, I'm wearing one of my favorite t-shirts that I have created this design. This is the cosmic tree or sacred tree. I call it both things. That is associated with the grounding meditation in the book. And it is also for sale on my second website, my merchandise website, cosmicgardenastrology.com. So you too can get a cosmic tree t-shirt like this one, which I just love. I wear them pretty much in all my videos now, as you may have noticed if you've seen my other videos. So with that, I will bid you adieu. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye-bye.